Absolutely brutal. 5 legal serves that will tear your opponent apart. In pickleball, only the serving team can score. Developing a strong serve is therefore critical to your game. However, there are other reasons why having a good serve is important. It dictates the flow of the game. It can set up a stronger third shot. It sets up the volley, typically beginning around shot 4 or 5. It's fun. Duh. While having one good serve is important, having numerous serves to keep your opponent guessing is even better. In this video, we'll go over 5 different serves, how to use them, along with the advantages and downsides of each. In today's video, we're going to talk about 5 legal serves that will tear your opponent apart in pickleball. Now let's get right into the video. Number 1, the topspin serve. Returning a ball with topspin is difficult. These shots typically have a lot of spin and pace to them, and instead of simply bouncing more upright, it flies into your opponent. You can target your opponent's forehand or backhand, but ultimately you want this serve to go deep, so close to the baseline as possible. This is because it puts your opponent on the defensive. On the return of serve, most people stand right beside the baseline. However, if you can regularly knock it a few inches off the baseline, that forces them to go back further. Once they're back there, it's difficult for them to advance on their subsequent shots. This could offer you an advantage. There are challenges to grasp at first due to the speed. However, focus on the depth of the shot at first, then increase the tempo as your topspin serve technique improves. Number 2, high topspin serve. Hitting a high topspin serve can result in an extremely high contact point, which can be difficult to manage. You want to put as much topspin on this ball as possible, but instead of focusing on pace, you want it to hit in a high arc, well above the net. To get the high topspin serve, attempt to get beneath the ball more when making contact. You'll open up the face of your pickleball paddle to the sky and use it to come up and through the ball. You still want to hit it deep and fast, so it's not exactly a lob. If you've hit a string of fast-paced serves, this is an excellent serve to mix in every now and again. Number 3, the slow high lob serve. This serve is very effective against players who like to drive the ball back on the serve return. Hitting these slow and high lob serves will require your opponent to have to generate considerably more pace on their return than what they might be used to. So rather than allowing the ball to generate the speed, they must adjust on the fly to generate it themselves. This is an excellent change of pace serve that can catch opponents off guard. To execute this serve, you'll need to bend your knees more in order to get your paddle face under the ball. Your main goal is to get the ball high and deep. The pace should be leisurely and comfortable. You almost want them to be annoyed because the ball is taking so long to get to them. Number 4, short angle topspin serve. We already covered the benefit of serving the ball deep to your opponent. This serve is ideal when you sense they are getting too far behind the baseline because it pushes them to rush up and off the court to return it. With the short angle topspin serve, your goal is to place it quickly in the corner of your opponent's box, just past the kitchen line. This serve takes a lot of time and talent to master, but once you do, it can really demolish your opponents and get you some easy points. If you're down numerous points in the game, you should avoid trying this serve because it is riskier than the others. However, if you're up for a victory, go for it. Number 5, side spin slice serve. When you're on the opposite side of the court, this might be a fun serve to try. Bring the paddle across your body in order to generate side spin on the ball. This side spin should cause the ball to bounce away from your opponent, forcing them off the court and putting them in a worse return position. Your goal is to get the ball to the corner or sideline as quickly as possible, making it tough to return. Even if they are able to return it, this serve puts them in a difficult position for the next shot. When practicing this shot, consider hitting it short or soft to add additional variety. The power serve. Few serves have so many diverse names: the power, the rip, and the drive. However, practically everyone has a favorite power serve. After all, what's more entertaining than smashing a ball directly into your opponent's gullet while watching them squirm around in an attempt to get it? The power serve, whatever you want to call it, is a low, forceful serve that compels your opponent to react swiftly. How do you hit a power serve? It's all about the follow-through when it comes to hitting a decent power serve. You want to put your body in a proper stance and swing through the ball, turning your hips to end with your paddle up by your opposite ear. To avoid utilizing too much of your wrist and not your complete body, flicking or swatting at the ball makes it more difficult to control and can result in errors. Another common error is that players tighten up right before swinging and utilize an overly hard grip on the paddle. Because of this increased strain, they may send the ball flying over the court. On a scale of 1 to 10, you want your power serve to be in the center so that you are loose but firm. When should you use a power serve? You can aim almost anywhere with the power serve. However, aiming your serve at your opponent's weak side is likely to yield the best results. This requires players to rapidly move out of their advantageous position and return the ball with their backhand. The majority of players struggle with their backhand shots. The best time to use a power serve: when your opponent is playing in front of the baseline. If your opponent likes taking a step forward as the serve is coming. When your opponent is leaning towards their left or right. Another time to consider the power serve is when you need to mix up the timing or flow of the game. If they are expecting a slower serve, because that's what you've done previously, it's a good idea to mix in a power serve instead. Centerline serve. It's common for players to get into a groove and predict how their opponents will serve. The centerline serve is a wonderful change of pace from the typical serves you'll be executing most of the time. A centerline serve's purpose is to change angles on your opponent and compel them to make a move they weren't expecting. How do you make a centerline serve? When preparing the centerline serve, positioning your body as close to or directly on top of the centerline as possible. When you swing, swing as if it was a normal serve, but aim for the ball to bounce slightly inside your opponent's center line. It will take some work, but swinging your hips and arm out more than usual may help you deliver a good centerline serve. Kitchen corner serve. The purpose of a kitchen corner serve is to hit the ball just outside your opponent's kitchen corner. If properly placed, your opponent's momentum should lead them off the court, giving you a superb third shot if they can knock it back over to your side. How do you hit a kitchen corner serve? When attempting the kitchen corner serve, stand on the far corner. Softly strike the ball so that it falls just past your opponent's kitchen and continues to move away from their starting location. A light but firm grip is required to hit this serve as well. When should you use a kitchen corner serve? Aim just past your opponent's kitchen far corner. The best times to use the kitchen corner serve: when your opponent is close to the center line, if your opponent has trouble getting to balls quickly, if you're playing far back behind the baseline, when you need something different to throw at them. Benefits and disadvantages. The most significant benefit of the serve is that it scores you a quick point when it works well, but even if your opponent manages to hit the ball, they will be entirely out of position for the next shot, so their weaker return of serve should set you up for a great third shot opportunity. So what are your thoughts about different types of pickleball serves? Tell us in the comments.